Welcome back, Brandon.
Timing is everything. Timing's everything. We're live. We did it. Brandon was like, do I have time to go to the bathroom? And I was like, absolutely. I'm definitely not going to start it before you're back. And I did. I did the thing. So welcome, everybody. As you can see, Producer Zac is ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Not sharing it to the socials like he is. That's a good thing.
I did already, actually.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing right now. I was giving you some credit, but credit revoked.
I thought you were saying that I wasn't because you clearly saw that I was texting parents.
Oh, I didn't really look that close. Either way, nobody cares about what we're doing. We care about what you guys are doing. Hopefully everybody's good. It's the Beard Loss Podcast, episode 174. Tonight, you, the viewers, get to decide the best movie villain. The bracket is wild. I know I shared it with Toby Tuesday. We started a new thing in this area. I don't know if you guys have ever done it. I told you guys a while back that I actually fill out a bracket each episode, so that way I don't have to do that. And I have it here, and we had probably 5 to 7 people of people that I know that filled one out. So what we're going to do is, as the bracket goes, we're going to end up who filled out the bracket the most. I think it's a fun little game.
Let's see the bracket again.
Let's do the thing.
Oh man, that's what I should have grabbed one of those brackets from you and filled it out.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, it's a fun little thing. I'm going to try to figure out through Beard Law's website now. I'm able to have downloadable files, so I'm going to download it as a PDF so people can go to the website each week, download it, and then they can fill it out on their own if they want to. Maybe we'll have some fun prizes or something like that where we can, whoever gets the most points or submit them back to us. Well, we're going to do something fun. It's been being discussed.
They have to submit it prior to the show.
Yep. And it'll be timestamped. It has to come back to an email. Then we go through it, rate them and everything like that. This bracket is wild. All right. We looked through this again earlier, and a lot of people kind of checked this out, and everybody's excited for it. And I am too, because there's some really cool matchups, and we kind of go over some reminders. Just remember, it's not like who would win in a fight. Okay. It doesn't matter who drafted them. It's who you, as a viewer, think is the most iconic movie villain. And if anybody else can explain it better than me, and it's all opinion based. It's on you. There's no wrong or right answers. But if somebody else wants to take a crack at it.
Yeah, I would add to that. I would just say it's probably all encompassing. It's obviously not a straight up fight. Who would win in a fight?
Yep.
But who is the best villain? Who's the most evil? Who does the best role? Who does the best job? It's all encompassing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so somebody said no Logan tonight. He's being a good citizen.
Samaritan.
Good Samaritan.
I thought you were going to say little bitch, but okay.
No, the weather's not great here. Somebody ended up going off the road, and he's doing a good deed and trying to get them out of the ditch. So hopefully he'll make it. It depends on how long, and everybody is good. I did ask them if they were okay. So everything is good there. So we're going to go ahead and put our guesses in the private chat. This is the bracket. So for anybody that's just listening, we're live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok, everywhere for the Beard Laws. We're live on LinkedIn. We're also on the Talking Beards Network. So what's up, everybody over there? Twitch, Twitter, and it's pretty cool to be live as well on TikTok. So if you guys want to vote, though, the only place you can vote live is the YouTube, Beard Laws YouTube. And if you need a link or anything, just comment in here. And we're going to do the thing. I'm excited. I've been excited for this one all week. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I've been pretty excited about it. It's I think you could back me up on this. It's actually taking up a considerable amount of our work time now, too. These little drafts that we do.
They're not at all.
They are.
No, not for me. I actually work all day, just like everybody else. You're admitting that you don't work. That's on you. That's on you. I'm very productive. Wow. And all the other coworkers I see very, very productive. If you want to go live on camera and say you're not, that's cool. Moving on. For the record.
New York is an at-will state, and we're all at risk all the time.
If you ever take me off the camera, you're fired. You guys saw that. Producer Jace, get the arm warmed up. We might be having to call you in. All right. At least Producer Jace will probably produce clips.
Oh my God.
We did. This was mentioned. I have a producer that doesn't even own a computer at his house. So if anybody wants, I'm going to start a GoFundMe to get my producer a computer so he can actually do producing.
Hey,
that's a lie. I'm not. He's a grown ass adult. He can afford one. All right, let's do the bracket. Jace is ready, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. All right, first matchup. We're just gonna run this down. And for anybody that's new here, let us know that you're new. And what we do is we put the poll up. Who's gonna win the matchup? I type it out. Probably spell it wrong, but I know this is very hard to see on a phone, so I do apologize. I wonder if I can go complete full screen. I don't know if that makes it any better. I'll try to remember to kind of do that a little bit. I know it is difficult, so we do apologize for that. But this is the matchup. Here is us. The first one is obviously going to be Jaws versus Annie Wilkes. And then we're going to go with the Emperor Palpatine and Chucky. And we're just going to go down through the first round. First round, we're going to kind of talk a little bit. And then it's just going to flow through as we're not going to persuade you. We're just going to kind of say, hey, this is a cool thing. You guys do your voting. And there we go. Any questions?
Let's roll.
58% of the people said they're not going to be a friend and bring a friend tonight. That's okay. That's okay.
I feel bad because I normally go live right before this podcast, and today's been a meh day, so
it's fine. Hey, you know what? You're here, we're here, they're here, and I'm excited for this. So, all right, first matchup, we might as well get this underway. Is Jaws versus Annie Wilkes, and again, the most iconic movie villain.
Both of them have pretty decent strengths when it comes to just being a villain character in general. Annie Wilkes she's methodical and she's a psychopath and she's technically a sociopath. And she's just fucking evil. At any cost, she'll get what she wants.
Yep.
The thing about Jaws is Jaws was absolutely fucking terrifying without ever being on screen. For like the first, you didn't see him until like the last 20 minutes of the movie, 15 minutes of the movie.
Isn't that wild? And there's so many grown ass adults that I personally know and people that have watched the show that have said that they will not go in water above their. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm raising my hand.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Go in the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't.
They won't go in water that's above their waist because of this movie. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, it was an interesting one for everybody. That's for sure.
I'll play devil's advocate, and I'll just say Jaws was scary and has had long lasting effect for some people, like you said. But looking back after the movies, both of them, both the Jaws series and then of course Misery. To this day, watching Misery, that woman scares the shit out of me. I mean, she is evil, and both the movie and the character in the book. I read the book. What's His Bucket does such a great job at writing that final scene. But anyway, so I would go with her. But I think this is going to be subjective. Is it somebody that scares the shit out of you to this day? Now, obviously, to Toby's point, Jaws has much more lasting impact on our culture, on our pop culture. But
yeah, yep, for sure. And like I said, Annie, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of people in this world that won't go near or touch a sledgehammer because of her. So
certainly won't go into a strange woman's house that says she's a fan. Promise you that shit.
That is for sure. All right, so Logan got the person freed up. He's on his way. So if you guys hear a dog. All right. So votes are coming in. This one we're going to call based on the percentage. 70% of the votes have came in. Producer Zac, you see it? Yep. The winner, moving on to take on the number one pick, the first pick overall, Darth Vader, is Jaws. That was a 16-17 matchup. Great first matchup. Great.
Oh, wow. That's really close. Oh, I thought you were saying there were 16 votes and 17 votes.
No, sorry.
I mean, I see 33 people in here. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Did we actually get all 33 people to vote for once?
That would have been wild. No, I'm sorry. 16-17 seed. It was 70% of the votes, 69% or 70, depending on what YouTube
69.
does. Well, it's 69 plus 30. That's only 99%. YouTube, math's a little off. Either way, all right, let's go on to the next one. The next one is the Emperor Palpatine. And if I say any of these wrong, I'm sorry. I'm kind of dumb. So I'm terrible at pronouncing names. And Chucky taking on there. So I'm going to put
Shuke.
That I know is not right.
Don't try to church it up, Dirt. Your name is Dirt.
All right. So, yeah, let's, I mean, I feel like if you don't know Emperor Palpatine, that's going to be a tough play for that. Obviously, I think is super iconic as a movie villain. Chucky. I feel like a lot of people know Chucky. Also, just
I personally know people that are just absolutely terrified of dolls because of Chucky.
Oh, I thought you were going to say absolute power.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Emperor is very powerful, very
Yeah.
powerful, very iconic character, but Chucky was absolutely terrifying.
I agree. Brandon, obviously, we're all fairly the same age. Chucky kind of came out when we were a little bit younger. Was it a movie that you saw and never wanted to own a doll? Or I feel like there's two sides of this. Some people saw it and like had to have the doll, and some people saw it and were terrified of that friggin' doll.
Well, I'll tell you this: there's nothing scarier than a dark room hearing a baby laugh, and that's because for me, that's Chucky that did that.
Especially if you don't own a baby.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a great matchup to really show exactly the subjectivity of this all. I mean,
yeah,
Palpatine would get rid of Chucky in a moment, right? A moment's notice, right? If this were a one-on-one thing, which we said it's not a battle royale. Palpatine's lasted many movies, many decades. So has Chucky. Chucky's had many movies and many decades too. Yep. Who has the bigger iconic status when it comes to cultural? Who knows? That's up for debate, I guess. Yeah. I have to agree with Toby. Palpatine doesn't scare me like Chucky does, even to this day. You show me a picture of angry Chucky, that angry doll, that scary little doll. There's something demonic.
Especially when he's all like stapled together and shit, and one eye is like
it is quite literally demonic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is like this is why I love wording. Like this is why I really like the fact that Brandon's putting a lot of and Matt put a lot of emphasis on the word iconic, because that's really what this is it's the battle of who is the iconic villain, like who really stands out to you as the greater villain, not necessarily like Brandon said, not in a fight, but as notoriety goes, or when you think of something, this is the villain that you think of. Somebody goes, who's the ultimate bad guy in your mind? Who's it going to be?
Yep. No, very well said. With 79% of the votes, Chucky moves on to take on the winner of this next matchup, Buffalo Bill or Cujo. Did I say that right?
Cujo. Yeah.
Cujo. Yeah. I mean, it depends which accent. So you guys see here in the match, this is the third matchup of the day, the 9 versus the 24, which is irrelevant. You can see any upset in here. This one's going to be a good one, Brandon. I saw the finger go up. I'm letting you go. And it wasn't this one, so thank you.
No, never that one. Not when the cameras are on. I think with this one, Buffalo Bill has become he became somewhat of a joke. It's become a joke in Joe Dirt, of course, but also yes, I mean all of that in several different movies. What was the other movie? The Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, it's become somewhat of a joke within those two things. And also the dude who plays him. Oh my goodness, that guy plays the. Did you just do that, Matt?
Yeah, it was freaking me out, and I'm next to it. I didn't want to freak anybody else out.
The guy who plays him did that one movie where he played the trucker, and he played the candy doll, that girl. That what that movie was.
I know what you were doing.
My point is Buffalo Bill is terrifying. Staying in a little well under his house and putting lotion in your skin—that's an awful thing. That said, I love dogs. Cujo scared the shit out of me.
Oh fuck yeah.
Very much so.
Cujo is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe both scenarios are most definitely plausible. I mean, look, Buffalo Bill was based on Ed Gein, right? Like, so it's very plausible, but it's more realistic watching Cujo. So that was the day that I became aware of rabies and what it is and started researching and going, I need to be very careful of any animal that has this. I've heard people getting fucked up by rabid raccoons and squirrels. Rabies is frightening.
Yeah.
We talked about not to bring this up again to scare Zac, but his being terrified of I think it was ALS.
Yes.
Look at rabies. How many people do you know that get rabies that survive? Not very many, if any. So yeah,
I believe it's officially 0. I think it's a 0% survival rate.
And let's be honest. I mean, you went with the Googling and the rabies. I don't want to Google at the same point, like what to do if you're in a well and need a guy hands you lotion to put on your skin. That's not a Google. Producer Zach's probably going to Google the shit out of it on my browser.
I show up here at your house, be like, "Are you okay?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm fine. What the fuck?
Hold on, son.
Yeah, but this is this is definitely a good one for very different reasons. I think both of them are iconic. So it comes down to, whoa, Toby, don't fall. You good?
I'm good.
Okay, he's good. He's good, I think. And I'm waiting for the dismount, like we're gymnasts. Lands it. That's a lot of work for some water, wasn't it?
Christ, I think I pulled a fucking hammy on that.
Rabies, you get lovely shots in the gut. All right, this is a very close matchup. All right, I'm going to give this just another minute here. The votes are picking up. We appreciate it. People are trickling in. Be a friend, share a friend, be a friend, bring a friend if you would like to. If not, this is awesome. Opens Google. Have you seen dry skin? Ugh. All right,
Yes.
we're going to call this in about 5 seconds. So if you want to get in some votes, go ahead and get in some votes. But yeah, this is a good one. Next matchup, just for anybody that wants a little bit of a spoiler. I don't know how you're going to pick the next one. It's Scar versus Jason, and that's going to be one of the matchups of the day. All right, I'm calling this one. Moving on to take on Chucky is the one, the only, Cujo.
Oof.
60% of the votes.
Honestly, that could have gone either way. I'm not even gonna lie.
I agree. That was a very, very good one. So congratulations, Cujo. You and Chucky. That's some nightmares I thought I'd never have again. But there's probably going to be some more coming up.
Chucky is Cujo's play toy.
Could you imagine?
Well, what I imagine is, what was it? Legends of the Fall at the very end. Brad Pitt's like fighting the bear. So Cujo's going after Chucky, and he's got his knife. He's just like, well, he's getting torn apart.
Good doggy. All right, next matchup, as mentioned, Scar versus Jason. Bum, bum, bum. This is a good one. This is a good one. I've been waiting for this one. I'm not gonna lie, amongst others, but this was the first round matchup that me personally that I was super excited about.
Both play with their meals.
This is like the immovable object versus the unstoppable force, because Scar is the most methodical. There's two on here that I would put in this category of just being methodical evil geniuses, and one is Hannibal Lecter, and the other one is Scar.
Well said. Yeah.
The thing is that Jason does his own work. Scar prefers to have others do his for him, except for the Mufasa incident, which he just kind of played into what do you call it? Circumstance or opportunity. He was an opportunist at that point.
Yep.
But he is just seethes evil.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, and I know Brandon will let you go next here. I think I saw the thing. I mean, they're both iconic, both of them. Scar, Jason. I feel like everybody has seen at least one of the Jason movies, at least Lion King. Like, everybody's seen these movies. Which one of these is more iconic in your brain as a movie villain? I mean, it's a tough call. I'm glad I don't have to vote.
Scar had one movie, right? And his Descendants and Lion King 2 had the second one, but Jason had so many different movies, and in each one there was at least a few minutes of that movie where you knew it was coming, but it still scared the shit out of you.
Yep.
But that said, to turn that an evil character and make them into and have that evilness be conveyed through the screen on an animated character is so very hard to do. Yeah. Jeremy Irons, I think that's his name. Jeremy Irons does such a great job at it. And Scar, I would give the nod to on this one.
The my favorite movie death of all time was a Friday the 13th death that was so horrible that they had to trim it way down and then remove it completely from the movie. And it was in Friday the 13th, Jason found a couple of people in sleeping bags and like zipped them up and picked them up and just beat them against a tree repeatedly. I mean, like 10 times.
Yep.
I was like, Jesus.
And me personally, I guess it's a little bit hits closer to home too with us, having a Camp Crystal Lake right near us and stuff like that. So 25 votes in. This one can be called. All right.
I do just want to say that Scar has the worst song out of any Disney character. Well, one of the worst songs especially in that movie. That Be Prepared song is not very good.
No, I can agree with you.
It's also fascist, but
a little bit. All right, moving on to take on the number 4 Ghostface with 64% of the votes. Jason.
Oh,
Jason moves on to take on Ghostface.
oh, goody.
Next one, Michael Myers in The Predator. Michael Myers takes on The Predator, and the winner of this is going to take on Johnny Lawrence. Fellas, who wants to go first on Michael Myers and The Predator?
Well, Michael Myers was definitely the originator of the horror. What do you call it? The main horror bad guy. You know, your icons of horror. Like it started with Halloween, but Jason Voorhees became the more popular of them, and then of course Freddy. Michael Myers is frightening just because he's that nonstop, never says anything, slow walking. But if you compare him to the Predator as far as iconic goes, I mean,
yeah,
the Predator's just so badass.
I'm glad we have a Pretty Killer podcast, which is a horror movie podcast. This is Jordana, the star of it. So now that we have a horror movie podcaster and fan in here, I have a feeling there's going to be some more heated debates in the chat, and I'm all about it. So Brandon or Zach, Michael Myers, Predator, anything you guys want to throw in there before we start the poll?
I think. Oh, sorry, Brandon.
No, go ahead.
As far as iconic goes, I definitely think it's Michael Myers. I think more people stayed up late at night, clinging to their babysitters and their moms for fear that a man in a was it a Leonard Nimoy mask or a Will Shatner mask was going to come in their house and stab them.
It was a Captain Kirk mask.
Captain Kirk.
Oh, Captain Kirk. Okay,
you were close.
The thing is with the Predators, the Predator just Michael Myers again is an opportunist. It doesn't he's indiscriminate, but really kind of preys on the weaker, whereas Predator specifically goes out and looks for a challenging opponent.
Yeah,
he won't just fight anybody.
What were you going to say, Brandon?
I was just going to say Michael Myers is probably the only answer here for me, because I think Predator was more of a likable character for some folks. Like he was kind of the cool bad guy.
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, you have a really good point with that.
Yeah,
and I don't think that necessarily makes him a bad guy, but
yeah, I mean, iconic and but I see what you're saying. And part of the, I guess that we said a little bit ago, kind of part of the big three. You know what I mean? With Freddy, Jason, Myers, and Freddy didn't make the cut. So I know there were some people. I got some comments. How did he not make? Well, there was a lot of people that didn't make it.
I think we, for the most part, have like the big four, right? You have Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, and Leatherface. That's like your big horror four.
Yeah. I mean, I thought we did pretty good. I mean, not that we're like professionals, but we're going to go ahead and call this one. 22 votes. It's all but done, barring a miracle based on who's here tonight. Moving on. You got that, Zach?
Yep.
Moving on to take on Johnny Lawrence in the second round is Michael Myers. 66% of the votes.
They're really close tonight, though. They're really close on voting tonight.
Especially the first round. I think it's we're up to it. This next one, though. This was my second, most anticipated one that I really wanted to. Let's go ahead and we'll show the bracket again. Sorry, sometimes I forget. So if anybody wants to, we'll go full screen just for a minute so you guys can see it. Hopefully as good as you can. And we'll switch it back over. The next matchup is going to be Jigsaw versus Ursula, which is pretty wild. I mean, who would have ever thought that in a matchup you'd have Jigsaw taking on Ursula, two pretty iconic movie villains in much different ways.
Both prey on poor unfortunate souls.
I hate to say this, but Jigsaw is far more evil than Ursula could ever even imagine.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too. Brandon,
as a man who's and the other, I think this is just from my personal perspective. It won't be for everybody's. But I disagree because as somebody who uses their voice in everything they do in my job and otherwise, that scares the shit out of me. Somebody stealing it. So that's why I would give the nod to Ursula.
Okay. Yeah. You also agree.
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
I agree with Brandon. Jigsaw took it upon himself to decide the imperfections in his victims and why they needed to go through the games. Ursula actively sought out her victims and preyed on their insecurities and their deficiencies, or their perceived insecurities or deficiencies, for her own gain. Like, that is way more sinister than some guy just trying to make life make sense to him after being dealt such a terrible hand. I think Ursula's got a bigger pull on the greater mass, but I also think she was way more evil.
Toby, I'm going to let you go, but I just want to go on record before Toby goes.
Yeah.
I agree with Toby on this one.
Personally, I feel that they both target their victims the same way. They prey on their insecurities and their weaknesses and their downfalls. The difference is one of them is trying to gain something from it. The other one is trying to get them to learn a lesson. So technically, kind of still a good guy, but in just the most evil fucking way possible.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, watching the movie, I never had a nightmare or was scared to walk in certain rooms or maybe dingy basements, potentially even my own basement at one point. Jigsaw really fucked me up for a little bit. Like, that's
the fucking pig mask, man.
But Ursula,
Brandon,
that wasn't him.
Like Jordana says, Ursula was an evil hoe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no getting around that.
What did you have, Brandon?
Well, I would go with Ursula on this one, but I would say also Zach said something about Ursula has a bigger pull, and I would definitely let Ursula give me a big pull. I bet
Get
she'd have
over
a
here,
pretty
Pat
heavy,
Carroll.
hefty tug.
She just reminds me of just a brassy drag queen.
Oh,
I think that's what I'm attracted to about her.
Yeah. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that. We're gonna go ahead and call this one. It's all but done. 68% of the votes after 25 of them. I feel like nobody's gonna be really mad about this one. Moving on to take on the Joker is Jigsaw.
Now, that's a good movie.
What's that?
Jigsaw versus Joker.
That would be an interesting movie.
You got Amanda versus Harley Quinn, Jigsaw versus Joker.
Okay. All right.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
Yes.
One thing I find interesting so far is, based on the votes last week, the Disney characters did very, very well. They have not done well today.
Yes. I mean, let's be honest. And I think this is what I first think. When I think Disney movie, I don't think movie villains as much as my brain goes like some of these more iconic ones. But when you break down the Disney ones that we have in here, they're evil as fuck. I mean, every Disney movie has that weird, twisted, sad thing. Like, Disney's pretty twisted, but I think they come off as this happy place, even though you try to go to Disney and then they really put it to you because it'd be
way worse if they went by the actual stories.
Oh, you are kidding.
Way worse.
Also, I'd let Ursula put it to me. Also, I apologize. You are right. There was a time before he drafted Amanda into his service. He was the guy in the pig mask. My apologies.
It's okay.
I would be
just human.
I'd be afraid of letting Ursula try to put it to me with 8 arms. I feel like she tried to sneak one of those somewhere it shouldn't be.
Now I have a question. Does
suddenly becomes hentai?
What's in between all the tentacles? Does she have a beak like squids do?
Mm-hmm.
Or
like octopus does?
Well,
octopi do too?
Yeah.
Is there a beak down there? I'm not interested in that.
Do you give it a little flick?
A little clam?
Do we flick the beak?
A little clam?
Yeah. Always.
Will we be able to find the beak? Does the beak really exist?
Coming to an episode near you. Follow up. Ursula's Beak, brought to you by Producer Zac.
Don't make me Google it, Matt.
But he doesn't
Don't
have a
make me
computer.
Google
So
it.
we can't. All right, moving on. The number 10 and the 23, as you can
Ursula
see right
fan
here. I don't know if I should be able to zoom in, but I can't. We'll figure that out. Xenomorph, is that how you say it?
Xenomorph. Yeah.
Xenomorph and Thanos.
Xenomorph from Aliens. Indiscriminate killers. They literally will just destroy anything in order to occupy territory. Fucking absolutely frightful. Iconic as fuck. And against who?
Thanos.
Sigourney Weaver.
Here's the other thing. I have to kind of go with the idea that we were talking about before with the Predator, where I think Thanos was kind of a likable character to some people. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I agree with his mentality. I'm not gonna lie to you. 50% of the population gone. Yeah, absolutely. Let's fucking do it. I mean, 50% of the people that comment on TikTok videos off the face of the earth, yeah, I'm all right with it.
Yep. I mean, definitely, no doubt about it. Thanos was a super villain, but I do kind of agree with you. Maybe a little bit more of a likable character. And for me, I know one of the characters much more and watch much more of the characters one. So for me, it would have been it's an easy vote if I was voting. I'm just not. I'll tell you guys after the round there. And Brandon, you want to go and then Zach?
Alien, what, 1979? That's when the first one came out.
Yeah,
something like that. I obviously wasn't born yet, and Alien didn't hit me until many years later. I didn't watch the other movie, so I couldn't really tell you. But if I have to go with evil characters,
79.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Alien or the Xenomorph on this.
Okay, all right. And Zach, you got anything you want to throw on the Thanos or the Xenomorph, aka Alien?
I think this is the first one that we've come across so far where I think they're separated by just a little too much time. And unfortunately, at this point in our history, we don't have a large enough audience to really be able to potentially bridge that gap. Me personally, growing up in an era where I could still go to a video store and get scary movies that the weird dude with dreadlocks was recommending behind the counter. Like, like the Xenomorph.
What did that guy smell like?
Chiba. But
your jacket.
Yeah, my jacket.
Sounds like his jacket looks.
But man, like Thanos is on fucking Fortnite. Like, I mean, Thanos has the movie world by the short hairs right now, and I think that's gonna be really hard to overcome.
Thanos looks like a Balchinian.
What about Jay Leno?
Hey, and just remember to any of the viewers, there is a couple of comments, and I know it's just kidding around, but let's just make sure that it's not who would win in a fight. We're not going to pair these two, and it's not like a death battle. That could be a whole different bracket. This is just who you think is the most iconic movie villain, not who would beat the other one up. I mean, or kill the other one. That would be a fun bracket at some point, though.
Thanos' skin looks like a nutsack.
Who won Alien versus Predator? Alien won.
Predator did.
Predator won.
Yeah, Predator won it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call this one 61 to 39%. There's no coming back from this one mathematically. So we're going to call that. Moving on to take on Jack Torrance in the second round is the Xenomorph. Thanos.
I stand corrected.
It's done.
I mean, I'm happy that was the outcome because, again, for me, it is the Xenomorph. I'll admit I've never seen any of the Avengers movies. I'm just not a superhero guy.
Yeah,
but to play it fair, I mean, I think Thanos caters more to a younger audience, whereas our audience
looks like
is mainly made up of kind of mid to elder millennials and Gen X.
Yeah.
Logan's in the chat. I thought your text message said that you were coming.
I thought you were letting him in.
Yeah, so did I. I thought you pulled in. Like we texted and
Logan.
He's like, "You want me there?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "We got our signals crossed apparently." But either way, unless you're outside, I even opened the door. I left it cracked for you, and it's a little chilly in here. So either way, what do we got here? All right, the Wicked Witch.
Oh, I think I figured it out. Logan actually meant to text his wife. Oh, yeah. Sorry, not you.
It's weird that I'm in his phone as wife, but we'll talk about that later. Wicked Witch is taking on Hades in the second to last match of the first round. So Wicked Witch versus Hades.
Now let's be very clear about something because it was brought up in the chat last week. This is not Idina Menzel Elphaba. This is the Wicked Witch of the West from the original The Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
This is not the Broadway musical Wicked or the book adaptation of the greater lore. This is the original OG Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting. Witch.
Yep.
Who was just a horrible fucking person. Hag. Just evil as fuck.
Yes, pretty evil.
I mean, who wants to kill a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some innocent little
Especially
dog.
Such a good boy.
I'll get you and your little dog too.
Yeah.
That laugh. Brandon, what do you have to say about the Wicked Witch?
I don't think you can not pick the Wicked Witch, dude. I mean, you're talking about standing game of like just decades and decades. What, 1938, 1939, whatever it was that came out. To this day, that movie comes on.
39.
I don't care what, what you're watching it on, and that it was 1939. That green skin, that little shrill voice, that shit's scary, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's scarier than the guy behind the Oz. That's scarier than that dude at the end of the movie to me.
And
Yeah.
she set the scarecrow on fire?
Yeah.
I mean,
And Hades too was another likable character. Come on, James Woods. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So while that was going on, through the poll up there, overwhelming amount, we're going to go ahead and call this 79% of the votes came in on one side.
Wow.
I feel like we all know that side, and it is the Wicked Witch. Moving on.
that is
To the
the
second round.
biggest landslide of the night so far.
I think so. Yep. Taking on Anton,
Sugar.
that guy. There's no way I could say the second name. I just couldn't. do it.
For those of you, if you have not seen the movie, No Country for Old Men, right?
Yep.
You have not seen that movie yet. You have no idea why this guy is on the list, because he is pure fucking evil. He is terrible.
Speaking of not knowing, speaking of not knowing why one is on the list, the next matchup is Voldemort versus Mola Ram. And
Mola Ram.
Yeah, well, you weren't paying attention. You were still, I don't know what you were looking at.
I'm actually looking at the impressive filmography of Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West. She was in a bunch of other horrifying early to mid-century films.
Oh, fair enough. That's cool.
Yeah.
Voldemort.
I
Mola Ram.
need to address my wife real quick
Mola
because she's in the chat. Honey, we will definitely watch that movie together.
Hell yeah.
What, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? It's a
No,
great date
absolutely
night
not.
film.
No, fucking No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yep, that was worth a watch. So, all right, there we go.
Who's Anthony Chigurh against?
What's
you
that?
said?
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Wicked Witch of the West next round.
Oh, okay.
Yep, this round is Voldemort versus Mola Ram. Like
Mola
CD-ROM, but
Mola
apparently it's spelled
Ram.
RAM, which is really dumb anyway.
I believe Jordana and I actually had a conversation about Mola Ram on Instagram one time.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let I guess Zach kick it off because he seems to want to kick this off.
I mean,
That's the smartest thing you've said all day. I'm really excited. Anybody else want to say something?
no, the Mola Ram is horrifying and iconic because he captivates so many like different facets of villain in horror. It's horrifying body horror, it's superstitious horror, like it's divine, like evil divinity coming into play. It's human trafficking, it's creepy animals, like he's the encapsulation of so many fear of water and alligators and heights. Like he checks so many boxes as far as like everything horrifying and villainous that you could possibly think of.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
Yeah,
that's a lot on
he
Mola
checks
Ram.
a lot of boxes, dude. That's all.
Voldemort tried to kill a fucking baby.
Mola Ram succeeded at killing many children and
Children,
enslaved
not
more.
babies.
They weren't useful in the
Entire
minds as
fucking
babies.
race of people.
Here's what I'll say: Voldemort was scary as this little tiny fucking creature that was on the back of a dude's head, and then was like this little like lifeless baby himself.
Yeah.
Coming back. Like Voldemort was scary as like somebody who didn't even have a fucking body yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would go Voldemort on for me. I don't know much about the other guy.
I'm gonna say one. I don't know much about Voldemort. What's the movie from? It's a Harry Potter thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I've watched Indiana Jones. I agree with most of. I tuned out a lot of what Zach was saying. No offense, Zach.
That's fair.
But I've never seen the Harry Potter, so for me it would be a little unbiased to vote because I would definitely go with the Dodge Ram. I mean Mola Ram. But I mean the in his defense, the noise, we sang it last week on the show. I mean that is
Mola Ram got killed by falling off a bridge and getting eaten by a fucking crocodile. Voldemort died by fucking powerful ass magic.
Again, this isn't a battle of who would win in a fight.
No,
Tobias.
In a fight. I'm talking about what took
Tobias.
him down.
It's over anyways. Biggest landslide, 85% Voldemort, 15%. Well, I just feel like a lot of people don't know truly who Mola Dodge Ram is.
That's fine. That's
You
why
know
it
what
was
I mean?
my number 5 pick.
There we go. let's move on to the last pick of the first. Oh, that was the last pick of the first round.
I knew I felt really uncomfortable sitting here today, and that's because my chair was all the way down.
Got him, pranked him really good.
I got him.
Fucker.
All right, what the fuck is happening?
Here is the first round that is done. Second round is going to see Darth Vader taking on Jaws, Chucky taking on Cujo, Ghostface taking on Jason, Johnny Lawrence taking on Michael Myers, the Joker taking on Jigsaw, Jack Torrance taking on the Xenomorph, Anton, that guy. How do you say his name again? Chigurh?
I think it's
Chigra.
Chigra.
The English language sucks. Wicked Witch
I don't think
in
it's
Anton,
English.
Hannibal Lecter taking on Voldemort. So let's get right into the Darth Vader, number 1 pick in the draft. Somebody that everybody pretty much knows, unless you're not a Star Wars guy, you still know him. Darth Vader is going to take on Jaws, and this is going to be a good one. I don't. We're going to talk about it at some point. I'm just going to press the button because I feel like a lot of these don't need over explaining, and I think the viewers really know what they're going to
Darth
want.
Vader is the fear of what you already know. Jaws is the fear of what you can't see, man. Like, I've never been afraid of going into space because of Darth Vader, but I've definitely been afraid of going in the water because of fucking Jaws. Like,
100%.
Both of them, I think, are absolute fucking icons in their field. Like,
I don't know who I'd be more like if it was the real Darth Vader, not at a Comic-Con, or I saw a Jaws, like, and I'm on a boat. I don't know which one I'd be more terrified of. Brandon?
What was that? So you're talking about Anton versus Jaws?
Oh, sorry, Darth Vader in Jaws.
Oh,
You were close.
so I think either of these you can go with when it comes to iconic. But man, I can't believe Palpatine lost. But that said, I think Darth is probably one of the 2 or 3 top on this list that I think probably is going to cruise to the end. So you got to go Darth.
Yeah. Rozzy says, stay away from the Florida beaches if you guys are scared of Jaws. So,
I mean, he
I'd
wasn't
away from
in the
beaches.
Gulf or the Southern Atlantic, but okay.
yeah. I mean,
He was off the coast.
oh, here we go. That's a good question. Would you stay on a boat with Darth or jump in to see Jaws?
I'd
See,
stay on the
that's kind of
boat.
what I asked earlier. I don't know.
I think I'd stay on the boat.
I think I
think
I'd
I'm
take
gonna-
my chances in the water.
I'm.
Darth
I mean,
will torture you. Jaws will fucking kill you as quickly as possible.
yeah, but see, I'm a man without a religion. Like I'll just be a Sith. That's whatever.
I'm not gonna, there needs to be more votes in this. It's really close. 21 votes. I know we can do better.
Come on, Jordana, whip the vote.
We've been having 25, 27 votes. I want to give this a minute
Again,
because
almost 40 people in here, and we're still getting under 30 votes.
yeah,
Why
so
are you guys here? This is your show.
And it's
Logan.
Logan. Logan can't vote because he's on the Facebook.
Logan, get on YouTube
Get on the YouTube, man.
and vote.
Come on,
This is the only time we're gonna let you vote.
come on.
Come
I
on,
can't-
Logan, vote.
I can't vote because there are picks.
All right, I'm going to call this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to press the button.
Most intelligent thing Logan's
We
ever
did
said.
get to 25 votes. Thank you, everybody, for doing this. Very close. 51%.
Listen, Meg.
But I think the math is off on YouTube because it says 51 to 47. So if anybody's doing math at home, we're missing a couple percentages. But based on the votes, moving on to
Wow.
the Elite 8 is Jaws.
Wow.
Called that in my bracket.
Wow. That absolutely fucking blows my mind. But
That's surprising.
Megan,
But-
let's be honest. Any woman would rather be choked than eaten, I guess, or choked while eating. However you want to look at it.
How long
You know,
are
moving
your
on.
arms?
That
Mr. 5'8".
Producer Zac apparently has little arms.
I do have these little T-Rex arms. My athletes remind me.
He's
all
the
the time.
CeeLo Green of the podcast.
CeeLo Green. Oh, CeeLo Green is small man.
Small man. All right. That was all right. Some people think it's a great win. Some people are like, what?
I think this was pretty commonly picked at work today too. Was the Jaws over Darth Vader?
All right. I'm interested for this next one. We have Chucky taking on Cujo. We talked about it a little bit in round 1 about this matchup already. So we're gonna put this in the voters' hands, and we'll talk about it while it's going on.
I think Stephen King, I think of one of 2 characters, and that's either going to be Pennywise or Cujo. And fucking Cujo
That's
is far
interesting
more
that you say that.
terrifying. Why?
I mean, I agree. Pennywise, I don't think Cujo's like really far down on the list of Stephen King things. Actually, for me
For you.
personally, I just find it interesting. That's not really a topic of discussion. I just found it very interesting that you'd say that.
That's
Why does
another
it make
one.
you feel that way?
That's another one. Pennywise, not on the list. That was surprising for some people that have that we've talked with over the week. We didn't talk with them. We talked with them.
I think that's a recency thing. I think Pennywise may be too recent. I think a lot of us are starting to deflect potentially
Too recent. Pennywise is from the 80s?
No, it just got
But the
remade.
remake.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, this matchup has been determined. 62% of the votes are in.
That's what I thought.
And Chucky moves on to take on Jaws. Chucky versus Jaws. First matchup in the Elite 8. Next matchup shows Ghostface getting his first little bit of action here, taking on somebody that squeaked by in a very interesting matchup, Jason. This is a good one. Jason versus Ghostface.
What's up?
as far as iconic characters go, I feel Jason has the absolute edge in this. And there's been
1990,
yeah, and there's been, I mean, Ghostface is, I don't know, I just don't see Ghostface as an iconic character, even with as popular as the Scream franchise has been. I just feel Jason is the more iconic when you think villain.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people that rocked that mask. Oh, there goes our spam of the day. Let's everybody say goodbye to that person. We're gonna go ahead and block
69 mega.
The future of dating was there. 84% match. Brandon,
I could go either way on this one. I think in these matchups are going to become tougher as we continue on. I don't think that I would go, if I had to lean one way, I would go Jason Voorhees if I had to. But Ghostface, I don't think was as scary to me. Scream wasn't. It was like it literally made joke movies about it, right?
Yeah.
Scary movie was made out of it or whatever. But the first one was kind of scary, and then they became a joke of within itself and jumped the shark, so to speak. But
shout out Terry, thank you for becoming a member to the channel. And this was the biggest blowout and could be the biggest blowout. I don't think there's going to be a worse one. Jason moved on with 93% of the votes.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I didn't see that one, especially, man.
So we're only getting 25 votes.
Yeah. All right. Next matchup is Johnny Lawrence versus Michael Myers.
Johnny is most definitely an iconic. You can't think Karate Kid without thinking Johnny Lawrence, but Michael Myers.
Can I take a step back for something funny? I've been distracted because when I Googled when
I mean, we do have 12 minutes. Is it pretty relevant to the 27 matchups we have left?
No, I guess not.
I mean, feel free to, but
it was just IMDb referred to the original printed version, the Stephen King's book, as an epic novella, but it's 1,138 pages long.
Huh.
It's his second longest book ever written, next to The Stand, which is 1,153 pages long.
Interesting.
Just saying, it's quite the novella.
Yeah, personally, I am in the belief also that Johnny is not a villain. I think Johnny is just a misunderstood youth.
Yep. This one's over. I put the poll up. 92% of the votes went just how I thought. 88% of the votes went with Michael Myers. I think that's the right move in my eyes.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good one. All right. This one, though, good luck to the voters.
And what a matchup we get now, too.
Now we are on to the Joker and Jigsaw. The Joker taking on Jigsaw. Good luck, voters, because
Joker is an absolute sociopath and just a fucking like he's the definition of sociopath.
yeah,
Anarchist.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly, and I have a feeling I think we all know how this one is going to go, but on paper, This is
You
a good matchup. I don't think it's definitely not, in my eyes, a championship style matchup. That's why it's a second round matchup. But it's a good one. The poll has been up. We are on to 26 votes. Mathematically, one has been eliminated. I think we know the one that's eliminated. 65% of the votes goes to Joker. Moving on to take on the winner of our next matchup, which is going to be Jack Torrance making his first matchup, taking on the Xenomorph.
I did not think it would be that steep of a defeat.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be more, 41 way, 50 something the other way.
Well, I mean, the viewers are doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Jack Torrance, Xenomorph, next matchup.
For anybody that doesn't know who Jack Torrance is, that is Jack Nicholson's character from The Shining.
Correct. Yep.
And he is an absolute madman. And you can't think of the movie The Shining without thinking of him. But
it's true.
As far as iconic goes, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the Xenomorph.
That is a good thing. They should make a horror/video game if they have not already.
They do. It's called what's it called?
They got Friday the 13th, the game.
No, it's horror movie.
Maybe you should stop getting sidetracked and maybe focus on the bracket. Anyways, this one's mathematically over as well. 67%. Jack Torrance. Moving on. Took out the alien in the second round. Made it through there. Yeah, 67%.
Again, I am beside myself with being surprised on choices.
Here's Johnny. Yeah, absolute madman in the character. Yeah. All right. Next matchup. This is a good one. This could go either way. This is the one that has a movie on Toby's watch list now. Anton, name I still can't pronounce. Not quite sure that we're saying it right, but either way, taking on the Wicked Witch. This is a good one. Brandon, what do you think about this one?
As much as I love the Wicked Witch, I honestly think Anton is the best, the scariest to this day. I don't care if I'm watching that scene on TikTok when I'm taking a shit. They pull that scene up where he's talking to the dude in the gas station.
Oh God, the coin flip.
That is the scariest to me, the most intense scene ever. And there's no weapon, there's no blood, there's no yelling.
Here's the only thing that's gonna is these questions that are being asked right now. He's just not known.
Yeah.
Show a picture. He's known. They just don't know his name.
Yeah. I mean, but he's the bad guy. As
soon as we show you, you'll be like
that guy from No Country for Old Men.
So I guess, and again, my point would be, how much do you weigh in iconic status in being the best character? Whether or not somebody sees him or sees the movie doesn't change the fact that he is, in my mind, hands down the scariest bad guy of all time.
Yeah.
And
that's him.
That movie will fuck you up. That movie will change you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not one of those like
make you not want to be
movies.
A stranger. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. But I'm not denying the fact that you're right. People just don't know who he is, but you see that movie and you'll want to see every movie he's in because he's just that good.
Just that good. Yep. And it did go a surprising way. The Wicked Witch wins with 67% of the votes. 67%. Did wait to end it after the picture and all of the descriptions. Wicked Witch moves on to take on the winner of this next one, Hannibal Lecter, getting his first one, taking on Voldemort. Did I say that right? Voldemort?
Yeah.
Voldemort.
You're actually not supposed to say his name.
Oh, shit. I like Beetlejuice.
You shall not be.
Oh, you just can't say Beetlejuice's name 3 times in quick succession.
All right. So Hannibal Lecter, Voldemort. I feel like people know these. I'm going to throw the poll out there and we'll converse. I mean, this is a pretty good one.
Logan with the astute points of views from home.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a really good way to differentiate that last matchup right there. Anton is the best, but the Witch is more iconic.
Well, what was the question, though?
No, he was just off the last matchup. I think he's just kind of clarifying, like.
No, I know, but the bottom of the screen, best movie villain. It's not most iconic movie villain.
Oh, semantics disqualified. Wicked Witch. It goes to Mr. Bolcut.
I know we're coming up against time here.
It's okay. We know that we go a little bit over, and the next couple of rounds will fly through. So this is a good conversation. We're going to go ahead and call this one. 79% of the votes in. Hannibal Lecter moves on to take on that Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch. So Zach's going to type in the last one. I'm going to put this full screen. We're going to show you guys the Elite Eight.
Do you want me to flip it full screen or you got it?
I got it. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we'll go full screen. Here is the matchups. Zach, if you want to read them down the next four, because I'm grabbing a beer.
All right, Elite Eight guys coming up top of the bracket. We got Jaws v. Chucky. The winner of which will go on to face the winner of Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers.
I wanted to see that movie more than fucking Freddy versus Jason.
I agree. I agree. Bottom of the bracket, we got the Joker versus Jack Torrance. The winner of which will face the winner of the Wicked Witch versus Hannibal Lecter. Again, this is the Wicked Witch from the 1939 Wizard of Oz, and this is Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, not Hannibal, that weird European guy that everybody thinks is hot.
There we go. Well said. All right, first matchup, Jaws versus Chucky. Both iconic. Don't really need a lot of description from us. Poll is live. Poll is already live. There's a YouTube delay. Who do you think is going to win this one, fellas?
Man, that's tough. I think it's more of deep down inside what you as a person are afraid of. Are you afraid of the like demonic, religious, knife wielding psychopath? Are you afraid of like the natural unpredictability and potential for death of nature?
Very true.
I'm going the doll, dude. That doll will fuck Jaws up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree. Like I can avoid Jaws. Easy.
You just see Chucky jump with a knife.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
then
the
he's
thing
gonna
is,
fuck my
a
mom.
lot of the time,
Like,
unless you were Andy, you never saw Chucky coming at you. Chucky, that little bastard would hide in the shadows, jump
Yeah.
scare you, fucking.
It's true.
Chucky's not gonna break down.
No. Yeah. All right. So this one pretty close. 26 votes. Just going to give it another 15 seconds just because it is very, very close. And then we're going to call this one. All
I would
right.
definitely be even more scared of Chucky riding Jaws.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That would
Put that on a t-shirt.
It has to be somewhere, right? I mean, we probably can't put that on a shirt because we don't. All right, going to close this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing it. Moving on. Our first person in the final four is Chucky. 51 to 48. I think it was 52 to 48, but 27 votes. Very close. We were a vote away. So if you were a Jaws fan, you were this close. But Chucky, congratulations. First one in the final four. Good luck to all the voters on this next one. I feel like you can't go wrong with it. But the next matchup is going to be Jason versus Michael Myers.
There's no Chucky riding Jaws t-shirts, but there's a chick on Etsy selling a poster of Chucky Charms, which is a spoof off Lucky Charms. The marshmallows are a skull, a ruler, the medallion, a bloody knife, and a hand grenade.
I will say this as far as this matchup goes before Zach gets sidetracked once again.
He didn't take his medicine today. It's okay.
Not on
Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, both super iconic horror villains. But if we're talking about who the best villain is, I think I'm going to go with Jason. I'm going to lean on Jason on that just because of the variety and different ways that he would fucking take somebody out.
Yep.
Whereas Michael, for the most part, was pretty much the same all the way around.
I think, I mean, realistically, both could be just completely avoided had they had stronger maternal figures in their life. Hug your moms, guys.
I'm very intrigued how this one rolls out. 21 votes are in. There is a little bit of a lead, but I just want to give everybody their chance. I mean, we just had 27. There's no reason we shouldn't have 27 again, right?
Some switch ups, Jester, versus all switch ups is not a contest. Hate to say.
Let's get 31 votes on this one, guys. We haven't gotten. I don't think
All
we've
right,
gotten
the
past
votes are
30.
they're climbing in the direction of the person that has the lead. So we're going to go ahead and call this 68% of the votes out of 25 votes. Taking on Chucky is Jason. Jason, I thought that would go the other way. In my opinion, I was wrong. So Jason wins. Moving on to take on Chucky. So Chucky or Jason is going to be in the championship, and next one is going to be pretty wild. It is the Joker taking on Jack Torrance. Joker taking on Jack Torrance.
I can't even. I'm not even gonna enter into the fray on that one. They're both
Oof.
fucking. They're both amazing.
Both. This is like
tough.
a very similar matchup. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're both The Shining.
I think. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt.
No. I was done.
Definitely agree that they're both iconic and it's both great, but I would definitely say that Jack is under the spell, right? He's under the spell of the hotel and the spirits there and the evilness there. The Joker is just a fucked individual, and no matter which one you're pointing to, whether it's Mark Hamill's in the Adventures of Batman or whichever one it was, or if you're talking about Heath Ledger, all very good Jokers. And
This was a landslide. Sorry to
Wow.
cut you off. I can't believe I was sorry. I'm sorry,
Wow.
Brandon. It just blew me away how bad of a blowout this was. Joker, 88% of the votes. 88.
Absolutely zero respect for Jack Torrance. Wow.
Wow. All right. I'm almost intrigued
Wow.
and a little bit curious how this next one is going to be the Wicked Witch taking on Hannibal Lecter. Winner of this will take on the Joker in a final four that will be Chucky, Jason, the Joker, and the Wicked Witch or Hannibal
That's-
Lecter.
Forgive me, Matt, if you already showed this comment. It's a good point.
More iconic goes to the witch. Better villain goes to Hannibal.
This is I think more intriguing. I think this is a closer matchup than I think a lot of people are thinking. I mean, the Wicked Witch is very iconic and is a very big villain in one of the biggest movies of all time.
Mm-hmm. And in her own right is extremely fucking evil. I mean, she's called the Wicked Witch, and she
Wow,
does
this
some
one-
horrifying shit. But
This one is another blowout.
Wow.
So the two biggest blowouts of the night looks like they are going to take on each other. Hannibal Lecter with 78% of the votes moves on to take on the Joker. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the final four. And I'm going to tell you what, I think the viewers, have done a fantastic job because we have Chucky, Jason, the Joker, and Hannibal Lecter. If you're going to argue some iconic or best movie villains, these four are going to be in a lot of conversations. They might not be the four that everybody agrees on, but I mean, these are pretty good,
I
right?
don't know. Judging by the way the votes have come in, I think it's pretty close to consensus that this is exactly what the people, at least our people.
But now they have to make decisions because
Yeah.
there's only three matches left. This is match 22 of the night. Chucky versus Jason. Good luck voting because,
One is a better movie, though.
well, it's not about the movie. It's about the best iconic or best. Sorry, I keep saying iconic because Brandon said it at one point that it wasn't iconic and it's stuck in my head. I do apologize, but Brandon, what are you thinking about this? Who would you take, Chucky or Jason, if you had to vote?
Best movie villain. I'm still going Chucky. Chucky's got he had the wit too. He had the humor. Jason had to rely on everything else but that. He wasn't able to speak, right? So
Yep.
I just think he was the whole shebang.
Chucky was a murderous psychopath put into a doll's body.
Brilliant writing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the concept of doing that, and then the marketing, being able to have so many of those. All right, so Chucky as well. Zach, who would you vote in this matchup?
Chucky, he does the sex.
He does the sex. Good thing.
Wow. All right, so we have had back-to-back 27 votes. We're at 24 right now, and I'm going to let this play out for another minute because it is the final four, and we are dead time.
Vote now, Jordana. If you hadn't, this is your time.
This is the time. If you haven't got it in, you have the ability. Like I said, we just have had back-to-back 27s. I don't know if some people are waiting to be dramatic, but now's the time to get it in. 25 votes in right now. Very close. So I'd like to get 27. If not, we'll have to call this in here because it is very. Can't see where to vote. Are you on a phone? Oh, yeah.
That still pops up on the phone.
It should pop up. There should just be a poll that says who will win this matchup.
Yep.
And then you just click it, and then you click either Chucky or Jason.
Should be even on the phone. I think it's highlighted in blue at the top if you haven't voted.
Or okay, yeah, leave the chat and come back. Maybe it got bugged out. So we're just gonna give a minute for Jordana. I think I'm gonna load it on my phone real quick because everybody else is being able to vote.
And I'll make sure Matt doesn't vote.
I'm not gonna vote.
So it's not coming up on your phone either.
Yeah, I have nothing on my phone.
It's rigged.
Maybe because I can't vote on my own polls anyways.
Oh,
Angel,
okay.
can you see it on your phone?
Lost it after Jason on a phone.
Honey, can you see it on your phone?
Anyway, all right, so it's funny because we actually gave some more time. Now we're to 29. There must have been some other people having some issues on their phones, leaving and coming back. Hopefully.
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
I got it because the original poll that was in the live chat pre-show was still up. I dismissed it, and then the new one popped up right in its place.
Okay. Hopefully that was helpful. Jordana's let us know if you did. But it's funny though because now we are up to 30 votes. Funny how that works. So there must have been some people that just couldn't see the poll. So
yeah, I'm wondering if it's because of that, because the old poll was still up and they needed to dismiss it for the new one to pop up for them.
All right, wipe the board, Matt.
Wipe it.
We didn't count any votes. The absentee ballots haven't been counted.
We're probably not going to. I mean, there's 30 votes. I think it's pretty clear. We have a winner.
There's probably a whole mail truck full of votes for Hades coming in.
Moving on to the championship to take on the Joker or Hannibal Lecter with 53% of the votes. Very close matchup. 30 votes. Jason.
Oh,
Jason moves on. Congratulations, Jason. Taking on the winner of the Joker or Hannibal Lecter. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. The Joker. That last one was good. I'm intrigued how this one's gonna go.
I
know who I would vote for. I'm gonna say it after the poll is closed. I don't want to split. This one's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay quiet on this one.
I just want to see how this one plays. This is good. Right out the gate, instant 20 votes. It was 50-50, and then it clearly it jumped a little bit, and it's jumping back the other way. So I'm curious how this goes. What would you? I mean, the polls climbing quick, so you guys can feel free to throw in who you guys would take if you want.
Oh, fuck.
I stick with what I said last time about Joker.
Hannibal.
I think I'm with Mr. McDermott on this one. I think the Joker is not. I mean, for me, there's two Jokers that live in my brain: the Batman animated series from Saturday morning cartoons Joker and the Heath Ledger Joker. And I think that right there attests to that. There's a Joker for every generation, and he's fucking awesome and horrifying and menacing in every single generation that you think of him in.
You know, Matt, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Can't talk about it, I swear.
I always ask that about all my kill.
All I gotta say.
Joker wins 63% of the votes. 63%. The Joker taking on Jason in the championship. This is a good one. I mean, if you would have, the path that they took for the two of these, pretty wild. Jason had to take out Scar, then had to take out Ghostface, then took out Michael Myers, then took out Chucky to take on the Joker. The Joker took out Jigsaw, then Jack Torrance, then Hannibal Lecter. The Joker has been untouchable so far.
The Joker had a harder path, though, if I may say.
No way. And the Joker blew out everybody. I mean, that again, it's our opinion, but I mean, Scar, Ghostface, Michael Myers, Chucky, in my opinion, was a little bit not as hard as Jigsaw, Jack Torrance, and Hannibal. I mean, Hannibal Lecter. I think that could have been the toughest, speed bump.
That's a tough night out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, poll's going live. Jason versus the Joker. Most best movie villain. This has been fun. Interesting. We might have to look into why. Hopefully, is Jordana the only one that can't see the poll? Because if I feel a lot better, no offense, Jordana, if you're the only one. But if there's other people that can't see it, please let us know so we can continue to look into this.
If you see the old poll, Jordana, see if you can close it out.
Yep.
Worst case scenario. Oh, Jordana got
Hey,
the vote.
just
Okay,
got
I don't have to bust down my worst case scenario.
Hey, at least you got to vote for the championship. I guess that's better than nothing.
Because I was going to say worst case scenario, I'll sign in real quick on my phone to my main account, and I'll drop a vote real quick in your name.
She could have been the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But either way, we just had 30 votes. We're at 24 votes, just to let everybody know, and it's 50-50. Dead tie.
Woofda. Come on, guys. Let's get up to 31.
So there we go. I mean, so what we'll do is if we get to that point and it is still tied, we get to vote in studio for a championship match. That has never been done before. That could be wild.
The power will go to our heads.
It could.
But there's only 4 of us on right now. It could still be a tie.
But we have Logan on Facebook for the ultimate tiebreaker.
Oh, are we going to phone him in?
Oh, he's already voted though, so he's already got his.
Oh, he's voting
by.
He's got
26 votes.
He's standing outside the fire hall and shouting his vote at the fireman.
26 votes still tied. 27 votes are up.
This is tight.
It's very tight.
That's
I'd like to see 30. We know that 30 people voted.
It's tighter than Ursula Beak right there.
But this is how you want the final vote to go.
Exactly.
This is how you want it to go. You want to get it so at the end people are like,
there's a lot of shade in the chat about Hannibal not winning right now.
Yeah. Hey, don't come at us.
Yeah.
We have nothing to do. We're just hanging out. Just
don't even get me started. Darth Vader should have definitely won that one.
I'll rub that beak. Come here, Pat.
I'm gonna rub that beak. 27 votes. We're gonna if we don't see a 28th vote, or if we see a 28th vote go a certain way, because it is off 1 vote right now for the person that is in the lead. So if we don't see another vote here in just another minute, when I see the clock hit 10:13 on my end, I will call this. So if anybody wants to get their votes in, refresh the chat, whatever, and let's do the thing. 27 votes.
I want to say while we're waiting, there's been single votes I've been frustrated with, but this is tonight. I haven't been frustrated with a single night of voting from the group other than this one.
I agree. There's been votes in the past that were like, come on, like that doesn't even make sense why that one won. This one overall has been fantastic. So shout out to all of the viewers of this. And
I almost picked Jim Carrey's The Grinch as my favorite movie villain.
I really want to punch you right now.
I got you.
Come on, we got 37 people. We can't get one.
That means we need to get 9 of you to vote.
To vote. The clock hit 10:13. We're still stuck at 27. I'm going to count it down to 5. And if you guys are good with it, we're going to end it. It's at 27. One person is more than the other. I don't know where the other 3 people that felt like voting, but I'm going to count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the 28th vote comes in. Somebody really waited till I counted down. Are you kidding me? All right, we're at 28 votes.
You cheeky bastards.
Do we do it in studio?
We got is it 50-50?
It's 50-50 after 28 votes.
I mean, I don't feel like trying to pull teeth to convince people to vote anymore.
Do another 5 count, Matt, and if not,
I'll do a 5 count, and then we will do it in studio for the championship. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ending poll. 50-50 after 28 votes. All right, what's the Amanda? Oh, Amanda, they said great idea, Amanda. It was name your next chicken Ursula. So, all right. Someone sniped. All right, here we go. I don't know who wants to go first.
I want to ask this.
Yes.
Whose character was Jaws?
It wasn't mine.
I don't remember.
I think it was Logan's.
Logan's? Mine?
Logan does have the Jaws hat, so that makes me think it's Logan. Maybe that's just bias.
I'll look it up after if you want.
The reason I'm asking is this. If it was Logan, Logan's already voted, and Jaws is mine, which to remove any bias, I could step out, and that gives a 3-person vote, so we don't get locked up either.
Right. So wait, no, it's Joker and Jason.
Oh, it's Joker and Jason.
Yeah.
Who had Joker?
I'll pull it up real quick.
It was me.
It was
Okay.
you? Okay.
He
It
is
was me.
okay.
right.
And who had
So-
Jason?
I did.
Okay. So why don't we do me, Brandon, and Logan has a vote. He did put one in the chat.
Logan already voted.
Logan already
Um,
voted.
So I'll let Brandon go ahead. Or if you want me to, I don't give a shit. I have not looked up who has who. Oh, we know, but it doesn't matter to me.
I don't know who voted for who or who.
Here,
voted.
I'll leave.
All right.
Brandon,
I tell you what, I'll start off the voting because my vote is not for my guy.
Okay.
When it comes to who the better villain is, it's the fucking Joker.
Okay. We have one for Joker. Logan also voted Joker, just to let everybody know. He had put that in the chat. He doesn't know how to figure out YouTube to go and actually vote for it, so he's casting his vote that way.
You know, can I just speak up?
Absolutely.
Unless no, I'm just going to speak up. I'm going to go Joker too.
And I that way Zach doesn't have to do anything. If I was going to vote as well, and you guys could see it in the private chat, I vote Joker as well.
Okay. You know, everything he wasn't my number one vote tonight, but everything about the Joker in this matchup puts him forth. I mean, not just does he's a great character.
Yep.
He's very evil. When you think of chaos, you think of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a sense of style. But yet that matchup between him and Batman is one of the ultimate good versus evil matchups in all of movie, comic, story, doesn't matter. So, yeah, he's the best.
I don't think there's a better comic book matchup, good and evil anywhere than that.
You know what? It's something that, and I'm not a comic book guy, but that goes to kind of like the core. One, why I picked the Joker, and two, why I think he is the best movie villain is, and again, comic book guys, don't at me. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm a very casual guy when it comes to these things. But I remember sitting down, like, especially when like we'd all get the the Tim Burton Batmans on like VHS, or when the Heath Ledger one came out. Like, unless you were really into the lore, like what was awesome is that nobody really remembered or knew real quick like where the Joker even came from. Like, he was just this mysterious, malevolent force that was plaguing Gotham and plaguing the Batman. And like I said, unless you like knew the lore, like we didn't in fucking middle school, I still don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What are you getting at?
I think that just adds to it, that there's a whole level of mystery to do with the Joker.
Joker was iconic, the champion of it, and pretty absolute. That was good. All right, so what I just want to do real quick, let's throw out some suggestions. That's going to be in the community tab for the next the next 4 that we will vote on. I know that we have talked in studio, and there's going to be one on there already. Took second place last week. The most iconic video game character.
Yep.
That's going to be on next week's poll. So if anybody wants to, there is no giveaway tonight. Nope. No, we're going to get caught up on the giveaways, and then we're going to reconsider, because earlier in the show we talked about that we're going to come up with a way where people can download the PDF, email it to us, and then we'll take a point system based on right and this and that. We'll see which viewers have the best bracket that they fill out before the show, and we'll do something fun for that. We'll give something away to an actual winner instead of somebody. We're going to make you guys work for it.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Hi.
Even without a computer, I can still produce the point scoring and collection of brackets by emailing your brackets to producerzac@beardlaws.com.
There we go. That's where they will all be submitted. Producer Zac at beardlaws.com.
So brackets to producerzac@beardlaws.com. Shit and dick pics to Logan@beardlaws.com.
No, send those beak pics to Zach too.
I want the beak pics though.
All the big picks.
All the beak pics. Beak pics, brackets, poop and dicks to Logan.
All right. So do you guys have anything that you want on the next 4? We have iconic video game characters. There is Jennifer, who did I ever want board games.
Yeah.
So is there anything else? We have video game companion.
I don't want to get too far into the woods, but I could start throwing off different categories.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I mean, like I said, we're going to wrap this up real quick. I just want the viewers to throw out a couple options. We're going to highlight every option, and then you guys can go to the community and see which ones. I have board games down, video game. We're going to give you guys just another minute to throw on any topic that you guys want to vote on, and whatever wins on the poll is next week's one there. So get your comments.
90s cartoons.
Yep. We'll definitely.
Don't forget, everybody. These polls are designed for you to vote because the Thursday show is in your control.
100%. So next week we'll do the draft.
You have the less fun the show becomes.
Unlike the Tuesday show, which nobody controls. That's just chaos.
Controlled chaos.
It's controlled chaos.
I mean, I get to decide if I want to show the video, which is cool. That's a lie because I control how much storage goes to each email account, and it is not full. So you're just lying.
We just pushed you another terabyte. Logan.
Your phone might be full of all the pictures you saved, you pervert.
Yep, your school Chromebook definitely full.
But that's not on us. All right, so we're gonna highlight obviously the comments. We have this one as well. Best 90s wrestlers,
best movie couples,
best horror soundtracks, video game villains. That's on there. Best movie couple.
Most iconic movie quote.
Won't let you send me. I'll look into that. I get a lot of them. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. Oh, his real memory. There we go. Movie quotes. All right, there we go. We have all these starred. They'll continue to trickle in. We will do that. So everybody that took some time out of the busy day, can't thank you enough. That's a wrap. So we're gonna go. We're gonna say our goodbyes. We'll be back Tuesday, Triple T next week. We're gonna draft whatever it is that you guys choose, and then that puts us on the 16th. We'll do the bracket show again. This was fun. This was awesome. We're really getting there. But make sure again that check out the community tab. There's going to be some links and stuff like that for the upcoming where you can download the brackets, the bracket challenge and stuff. Because March Madness is coming. We might as well start practicing filling out brackets. So that's all we got. Anybody else have anything to say?
Is somebody filling in for me next week, or are we going to do a fan vote and I'm just going to have to defend it and produce?
Oh yeah, he's gone.
I'm not going to be.
We could have Jace fill in for if you want.
Ooh, that's a cool concept. We'll figure that out.
No, I'm pretty sure last week Corner Store Cam actually offered to fill in for me, and I vote for him.
We'll figure that out. We'll either have a guest or we'll do 4-man. We'll figure this out. Viewer,
I will pay Cam to fill in for me instead of.
I'm trying to say goodbye.
Jace.
Will you shut up?
I'm trying to make sure Jace doesn't get what he wants.
Anyways, Jace, well, you're in consideration. How about
Jace,
that?
Go fuck yourself.
Jace, if you do a bunch of clips for me this week, because producer Zac can't, you'll probably be in the show next week and maybe forever. Who knows? We'll see. But you got to tune in next week to see if it's going to be Jace, Corner Store and Cam, or maybe it's just the four of us. We'll see. Can't thank you enough. That's all I got. Okay, bye.